What's up, beauties? Welcome back to my channel. If you don't know me, my name is Teaya Symone. Welcome if you're new here. And on this channel, we do commentary and sometimes makeup. And every Thursday, we do True Crime Thursdays. So if that sounds like something you think you'd enjoy, make sure you subscribe. So today, I am doing True Crime Thursdays, but on a Friday. I was supposed to do it yesterday, and today is Friday. This case is very important to me, so I'm going to talk about this because I have been wanting to for I don't know how long. So today we're going to talk about a beautiful young lady who has been missing since August 20th, and her name is Krystal Anderson. Krystal weighs 120 pounds. She is 5'1", very tiny. Krystal is 30 years old and is a mother to 4 beautiful children. Krystal has 17 siblings, and she is very, very close, extremely close to her siblings. And they describe her as being very charismatic, very outgoing, and she is a social media influencer, and she usually is, she does her content more on TikTok, and she uses her social media platform as an outlet to bring awareness to domestic violence. She has endured domestic violence, and she was in a domestic violence relationship. And Krystal just absolutely loves being a social media influencer. Now, Krystal recently relocated to Atkin County, but she is from Columbia. Krystal resided in the town Wagner. Now, on August 20th, Krystal's sister received a phone call from a man by the name of Tony Berry, the father of one of Krystal's children. Tony informed Krystal's sister that she did not pick their son up from school. This is not something that is ordinary for Krystal. She is a very, very responsible mother. She's a very responsible person in general, and she wouldn't just not show up to pick up her child. She always had her mobile phone on her, so if something was to go wrong, she would call someone to pick up her child, or she would call the school. She would never just not show up. Krystal's job also called and informed the family that she didn't show up for work that day. And that is not like Krystal. Like I said, she's very responsible. She would have called if she couldn't make it into work. So after 3 days of the family attempting to get a hold of Krystal, they officially called and reported her as missing. So Krystal, according to her family, she would never just disappear. Her children, they're her world. She would never just up and leave without her children. If she was to disappear, like her family says, she would have her children with her. This is something that she would never do. This is not of her character. So on the evening of August 20th, Tony Berry visited Krystal's home. Okay. And he asked their son if Krystal was with another man, and their son replied yes. Now, when Krystal arrived home that evening, Tony and Krystal began to get into an argument, and that argument ended up outside, and they continued the argument. Now, Krystal's children obviously were inside the home, and they heard a scream, so they looked out the window and witnessed a man putting Krystal in the trunk of a vehicle. And when obviously the children were absolutely scared, because they're witnessing their mother scream. And once that happened, Krystal has not been seen or heard of since that evening. Now, Tony later returned to the home and informed the authorities that Krystal left the home, and he said that he made many attempts to contact her, and he said that he's currently with the children. And Krystal's family has made many attempts to get Krystal away from Tony, as it was a DV relationship. He was very toxic. She has actually relocated to different places because of Tony. They tried to do whatever that they could to help her escape Tony. However, Tony would threaten her, obviously, because that's what happens when you're in a DV relationship. He would threaten her through the people that she loves, and he would threaten to hurt people that Krystal loved. So that's one of the reasons, obviously, why she continued to see him, because she was scared, and she did that to protect her loved ones. Now, after 17 days, the family says they checked Krystal's TikTok. And normally Krystal uploads constantly on TikTok, and her uploading became very less and less. She was uploading not as much as she usually does on TikTok. And this was also very alarming. Now, this was obviously 17 days prior to her being missing, of course. Now, Krystal's family has also expressed their frustrations with the authorities, the Akin authorities. They really aren't doing much. They keep asking, and the authorities basically say that this is an active investigation, obviously. And they also said that Krystal is listed on the national database of missing persons. So she is in the database. Krystal's sister feels that the authorities are not doing enough, especially because of Krystal's past. She was in a DV relationship. The family believes that Krystal's life is in danger. The families obviously will never stop looking for her, and they just know the way the system works and the way that it is for women of color. You guys, I always tell you guys, this is actually one of the reasons why I chose to start True Crime Thursdays, is to bring awareness to the cases that go unnoticed. Missing Indigenous women, women of color, minorities in general, because the cases just go unnoticed. They go overlooked, and it's unfortunate. But it takes people caring enough to bring awareness, and it puts pressure on the authorities to do more. You know what I mean? So that's why it's so important to me to bring awareness to cases like Krystal and so many other cases that no one knows about, because people just don't care when it comes to women of color. I mean, some people do, but even content creators, they're gonna cover the cases that get the most publicity, that the media is covering, because that's going to get you the most attention. But it's not about that with me. It's about bringing awareness to cases that get extremely overlooked, like Krystal's. A Wagner police officer told the deputies that he spoke with Tony Berry by phone. Tony stated that Krystal has not been at the residence since August 21st, and that the children are with him. He also claims that he did not wish to report Krystal missing because this is something that she does often, according to Tony, of course. Now, that is another thing that we also know is typical in a DV relationship. They always try to make the woman seem as though, or vice versa, women, men, whatever. Excuse me, you guys know what I mean. It's very typical for a man to put all the blame on the woman and say she's irresponsible. This is something that she does all the time, because that takes all the heat off of him. But the family obviously knows she never disappears, okay? And if she does disappear away from Tony, it's because she's trying to escape Tony. Since that phone conversation that the police had with Tony, every single time they try to reach him, it goes straight to voicemail. Every single time. So basically, why are you not answering the authorities when they try to call you? Wouldn't you be doing everything that you can to help the authorities find this woman that you supposedly love and have a child with? Okay, so let me see here. So Tony Berry recently posted on Facebook. I'm not going to get the Facebook post and dig it up. He actually posted on his son's Facebook, not his own. So I don't know if he doesn't have a Facebook, but basically the Facebook post was him defending himself and basically saying, kind of deflecting and attacking Krystal's family and saying, quit lying on him. That pretty much sums it up. I don't want to put Facebook post up and anything like that because I feel like the focus needs to stay on Krystal. It's not about anyone else except for just finding Krystal and getting her home safe to her family, and focusing on his Facebook post isn't going to help that situation. But basically, Tony and Krystal's sister have been going back and forth on Facebook, and Tony's basically telling his side of the story. Now, authorities conducted a search of Tony's property and located Tony's burned vehicle and Krystal's mobile phone. Okay, so Krystal's family, they held a prayer visual at Charles Drew Park. The family has also hired a private investigator. Her name is Chandra Cleveland. And the family has stated that since hiring Chandra, they have been getting so much more help, so much more answers, and so much guidance from Chandra. So I think that's amazing that they were able to hire a private investigator, and they tend to do more anyways, especially when it comes to cases that go unnoticed like this. So Krystal's sister posted an update on Facebook stating that Tony Berry turned himself in 18 days after Krystal went missing. And when he turned himself into law enforcement let him go because they claim they have no reason to hold him. Now, Tony claims that his car was stolen and he has no idea how it got burned and he has no idea where Krystal is. That pretty much sums up pretty much the details of what's going on with this case. There's not much to go on. However, I think there's a lot to go on. I don't understand why they would let Tony Berry go. Now, he turned himself in, obviously, to look innocent after he hasn't been answering the authorities' phone calls at all. But yet, once they got a search warrant to search his property, they find the burned vehicle. He's stating that it's stolen. And where is the explanation of them finding the mobile phone?
To help other women. On Saturday, they gathered in prayer, lighting candles for the Columbia mother of four and C.A. Johnson High School graduate. She was very responsible. She was a good mother. A good friend to those who know her. They say Anderson had only recently moved to Aiken County when she disappeared from her Wagner home on August 20th. Chandra Cleveland is a private investigator.
I want everyone to know from Columbia to Wagner. And we've gotten some very good leads to keep those leads coming.
News 19 reached out to the Aiken County Sheriff's Office, which is leading the investigation, for more details. The office said in a statement, "We cannot confirm anything at this time. We are actively working this case and all leads."
This is why it's so important that if anyone knows anything, to say something. No matter how small it is.
This right here, the outcome, we're going to save lives afterwards, and we're going to help other families that have experienced what we've gone through.
Now, in the authorities' defense, the one thing I know from growing up with detectives in my family, sheriffs, police officers, I do know that they try to make sure that they have as much evidence as possible, because if they don't have that much evidence, they don't want to take the risk of going, maybe possibly Tony going to trial and then obviously being let go, and they'll never be able to try him. So they won't be able to try him again. So they like to have as much evidence as possible. That's the only thing that I can think of. But in the same sense, you found his car burned with her cell phone. Now, I'm not 100% sure if the mobile phone was in his car, out of his car, but they still found her mobile phone on his property. The fact that she has a past with this man, a very volatile past, a DV, a DV relationship that she was in with this man, that to me should give them enough evidence to at least question him. But I don't know if he was questioned. I don't know anything as far as when it comes to that. And hopefully we will find out more, but it's not looking good in my opinion when it comes to Toni. The fact that she has done whatever she can to try to escape him, the fact that they were arguing outside, the fact that you would literally put your son in the position to tell his dad that his mother's with another man. We don't know if they were together. We don't know because there's just not enough information about this case yet. But what I will say is I'm happy the family has gotten a private investigator. I think that's amazing. And I am happy that she's in the missing national database because that helps as well. But what's going to help the most is bringing as much awareness as possible when it comes to finding her and getting her home. I think that's the most important thing, because being in a DV relationship, and as I said, please, if you are in a DV relationship, please get out now. There is so much help out there for you. There's so many resources, and I know it's not easy and every situation is different. But what I will say is that in most DV relationships, Krystal is the prime example of how they turn out. Okay? It never turns out good. And it's scary. Like, there are some women, who are very, very lucky to be able to escape. We've heard from the family that Krystal has tried to escape Toni many times, and ultimately now she's missing. And this happens every single day, you guys, especially with women who are in DV relationships or men. And I think it's important to know that you are strong, you are courageable, and if you are in a relationship like that, please get yourself out. They never end well. They always end detrimental in most cases. Like, I love hearing the stories, and that's why I commend Krystal for putting herself out there and using her social media outlet, using her social media platform as an outlet to help other women and men who are victims of DV. However, it's sad because she's bringing awareness about this and being so noble, and now she's missing. And it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart for her family. The family says that they will stop at nothing to find Krystal. And Chandra Cleveland, the investigator for the family, says she will stop at nothing. She will make sure that she brings Krystal home to her family, to her children. So this is just such a scary situation, and I pray that Krystal is somewhere safe, but the family truly believes that her life is in danger. So any information that I get as this case uncovers, I will be sure to give you all the information that I can to keep you guys updated. I will continue to bring awareness for Krystal and her family, but I just hope and pray that she is found safe and sound, because like I said, I posted her picture on my community post like a week ago, but I didn't know all the details of the case. I didn't know that she was in a DV relationship until I started doing more research. And I will leave in the description below a lot of sources where you can actually go to their channel, and they are more in depth of the things that her ex, well, I don't even know if he was her ex, but her baby's father, Toni, they go more in depth about the things that he's saying on and the things that her Krystal sister is saying on Facebook and the back and forth. And if you're interested in that, there's a channel that gets very, very in depth and in details about that. But that's not how I roll. I really don't care what this man has to say unless he's doing something to help find Krystal. The focus needs to be Krystal. But there are other channels that do get more in depth of, the things that he's been saying on his Facebook. And they also keep you updated on the things. They keep you updated on the things that Krystal's family is saying as well. So I will link everything that I can below so you guys can do your own research. And if you have any questions, your opinions, anything like that, leave it down in the comments below. I always love reading you guys' comments, even if I can't get to every single one. But I just pray that Krystal is found. And please, you guys, continue to pray for her, whatever higher power you believe in. Please, 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 please pray for her family, because I know that this is devastating for them, not knowing where she's at. She's such a beautiful, beautiful woman, and a beautiful family, 4 beautiful children that need her. So, just please, please keep Krystal in your prayers, that she's found safe, and her family as well. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate every single one of you, and we will be doing True Crime Live next Thursday. But I hope you guys like these videos as well, because I'm going to be doing more of these kind of little videos to make it shorter, like a synopsis. You guys get it. But I love you guys so much. I will see you guys actually sometime today. It's Friday currently, and it's like 1 o'clock in the morning. You guys know I'm a night owl, so I will see you guys later on tonight, because I'll be live. And don't forget to subscribe before you leave if you haven't already, and press the notification bell, because that's going to notify you of all my future uploads. And make sure you give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down, whatever. It's all interaction. Let's please, please, please pray for Krystal and her family, and pray that she is found and home safe. Okay? I love you guys so much. I'll see y'all on the next one. Deuces. Bye.